Hey, how's it going, everybody? Can we have a an audio and visual check, i.e. a 5x5 as we see in the game here? Whilst we're waiting for that to come back. Incidentally, if you guys are watching this on the replay, i.e. not live right now, I would recommend that you skip like 10, 20 minutes or something. I know lots of people watching the replay and they're just short-tempered and I can't wait. So just skip forward, all right? So we're getting confirmation of 5x5. John, how's it going, bro? Alpha Charlie in the house. Wow, long time. Good to see it, buddy. 5x5 is good. Excellent. Rafa or Raffo. Hey, pal. Wow, this is really good to see everybody in the house. Rachel's watching, but she's not in the chat today. So she's having a break because it is hard work being top mod. You know, it's a lot of effort, and I've tried it myself when I'm moderating for Archaics, Jason Brashears, my man in Texas. There, you know, you tend to miss the actual content because you're so wrapped up in the chat. So Rachel's having a night off, and she's going to be watching. So hi, honey, how's it going? You're probably seeing smoke here. Don't worry. It ain't the ganja. No way. And I'm not smoking. So, well, we got lots. We've got 200 people in the house. We've got Q&A tonight. So if you guys want to ask questions in the live chat, please put it in all capital letters, right? So just put your caps lock on. If you're on the phone, it's the little arrow sticking up. Press that till it's colored in blue or something, or caps lock on your keyboard, and just ask questions, but prepping related, all right? If anyone wants me to ramble on about politics and migrants, no, you come to the wrong place. So last year we've evolved, okay, and oh yeah. So I'm going right back to just before we went on live, just making sure I'm right at the beginning. So I'm 4 minutes ago. Right, so anything right now I'm not going to see for a while. So we've got Liz, a blue spanner again. I don't know what happened there, darling, but you're blue again. John Baldwin, awesome. John, I need your help. The problem is I've got no email address, so it's a bit of a shit actually. I've been hacked and locked out of all emails, so yeah. But I do need to contact you pretty soon, but I don't know how I can contact you. If you're on Instagram, send me a private message. That will work. Otherwise, I'll have to wait till I get back on email. All right. Cheshire Wanderer, Mike, awesome. Good to see you, bruv. Really cool. Steve Holding, epic to see you, mate. Raffo, awesome. Raffo, dude, I need to hook up with you and Matt at some point to check over my vehicle. It's still not right. It's lots better than what it was, but it's still not right. I could do with your help, dude. And I know you're busy, so I'll catch up with Matt and check it out. Right, here we got Pilgrim. Hey, Jay, good to see you. This is really cool. Pamela Swan in the house. Some of you guys who watch Jason know that Pamela moderates for him as well. Always good to see our American brothers and sisters. Pilgrim as well. This is awesome. Really cool. So as we go down in the chat. Now, do you consider yourself? At this moment in time, I don't know if this guy is an absolute cocksucker or is genuine. I don't know. What do you guys think? Here we are. First question of the day is Owen, member 2. Awesome. Always good to see members in the house. Thank you for your support, by the way. What do you think of these hot tent stoves? I think they're a good idea. To be fair, I'm not really a tent kind of guy. I'm more like survival and realistic. Okay. The downside of tents are you can't see around you. You're all trapped. And I would say if it's the fan scenario, and if you're in a tent and you can't see anything out, you're at a disadvantage. But all that aside, hot tents are good and stoves, providing that it's really, really cold. I don't think we get really, really cold in the UK. I don't see the need for them in the UK. I can understand it in Canada if it's like -30 Celsius, like Lars over in Russia, -40 Celsius. I can understand it. But in UK, we don't really get warranted temperatures for hot tent stoves. Maybe right up north Scotland, but not many people live up there. So I think they're a good idea, but only in the right country. If they're lightweight, you can take them wherever. If not, they've got to be vehicle only, because who wants to carry around, 4 or 5 kilos of metal? It's ridiculous. So I hope that's sort of lucid answered your question. I'm trying to skip up to date. Fog 360, I love my hot tent. Good to see you, bro. So yeah, any questions? John Baldwin, I will contact you on Instagram. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. I do get a load of spam on there, but I'll try and find you on there, dude. I didn't know you was on Instagram, but yeah, that'd be really cool. Then I can send you an email address, which I don't want the world to know, and then we can go from there. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. No. It's the last of my incense burner. That's a story for another day. It's no ganja man. All right. I want to wear it as you can see it, but there you go. Right. So we're going through the chat right now. We're up to date. Cool. Raffo, I'll be heading to Matt's. Oh, you're going back to Spain in a few weeks. Yeah. Roger that, mate. I've sent Matt a message already, but sometimes I don't hear from him for a couple of weeks, so I'll try again. But yeah, I appreciate that, dude. I'll see if I can get down there. Right, I'll tell you what, whilst we're waiting for people to join the chat and answer some more questions, I just wanted to bring people up to speed with what's going on with metals. Now, let me just double check if I can see. Yep, cool. Right, okay. So this is a 20-year chart, okay? We are here about now. So I think the latest is £25. We're talking a troy ounce, okay? And the highest it's been for quite a long time was way back in 2011, and that was 29. It's hovering under 30 quid, okay? So if you look at the price, look at that. If you was to buy loads of silver back in 2005, you would be sitting pretty right now. But if you look at there to where we are now, they're looking at it at a 400, nearly 50% rise over 20 years. That's how much it's changed. All right. So hold that in your head, right? This is quite crazy when we look at the next one. Right. Gold. Okay. Look at that. £228 an ounce of gold. Let that sink in. All right. You go right up to now. Look at that. 2,200. Wow. That is an 876% change. And you can see the gold price steadily climbing, whereas the silver was somewhat erratic. So I would say if anyone's thinking about investing or having some security in gold, you've probably missed the boat, because it looks like quite a good high at the moment. Warhawk, thank you for that, brother. Really appreciate it. We're going to go back because I saw some questions. Right. Let me have a look. This is Little Miska 31. What is a good generator, please? I'm not sure what to look for. Is key operated a good idea? So I'm presuming you mean some sort of power backup. So we have a storm, all the electric goes out, etc. Damn, I need to get something operational so we can have some or all power back on. That's what I'm presuming that his question means a generator. There's many sorts: petrol, diesel, electric. The good ones, which lots of us preppers are using now, are these solar power banks. So I've got a few myself, and I've had different companies reach out to me, and I've been testing some. So you know, over the next 2 months, I'm going to be inquiring some of these because there's lots of people new to the prepping scene, and they're asking questions just like this. So I would say, if you hold fire for a month or so, there's going to be some reviews and tests of some of these very latest solar generators. Okay, some of the ones I've used are already a few years old now. Now the weird thing is, whether you like it or hate it, okay, electronics and tech are very time sensitive. Okay, if you was to get something really technologically advanced, say 2 or 3 years ago, it's already out of date and not that good. It changes so fast. All right, so what I plan to do is to get the very latest tech as regards power backups. Okay, so stay tuned, and there will be some more intel about that. But at the moment, from what I understand, is solar power banks are awesome, because you can literally just keep them running forever, all the time. You've got some degree of sunlight. Okay, don't forget, any questions, right, in capital letters. If it's not in capital letters, I won't be able to read them, because there's so much. There's over 300 people here. There's no way I can do that. Judy says, do you sell those water purifiers? In actual fact, I've got one here. I just haven't had chance to get out and test it. Because, you know, some people have already seen I've got the larger ones, which are 20 litres. This one is a small portable one, which I'm going to need to take out and actually test. All right. It's by a company up there called Lifesaver. And if you want more information about Lifesaver, there's a link below this video. And there's also, I think it's 10% discount on all of their stuff forever. All right. So if you want to save money, you probably won't better get it anywhere cheaper than here. So if you're interested in any water purification kit, you come to the right place. The link will be below the video. And one of the best things about Lifesaver is all of this stuff is made in the UK. It's not some cheap, dangerous, potentially life-threatening Chinese crap. All right. We already know how bad the UK is getting screwed with businesses, etc. And if we want, you know, businesses to continue to get screwed, keep buying stuff from China. So I was absolutely elated to be hooked up with Lifesaver to show and tell their kit. And they're bringing out new innovations all the time. And Lifesaver also, you get like backup filters to go inside their kit. That's really, really cool. So yeah, if you're interested in water purification, please check out the links below. So that was Judy asking a question there. John Farley, good question. I presume, and I know presumption's the mother of all F-ups, but I presume that lots of people have been made aware of my situation over the last 4 or 5 months. Okay, it's been hell. I'm still locked out of emails, but I think as all the time this continues, after I got hacked, basically, so I can't get any access to my emails, which I was in, you know, collaboration with lots of companies, businesses, and the Prepper Meet was one of them. So once I get a bona fide email address set up, I will be contacting the people where we had the Prepper Meet last year, okay, which is in BRECON. So if they say, yeah, no problem, it will be. I am already thinking about it now. Actually, the last few days, I thought, you know what? There seems to be more and more people doing their own little meets everywhere. So I need to be made aware of any potential date clash with any other survival meets, outdoor meets, RVs, camping, tent, whatever it is. I don't want to clash with any other dates. And the problem is, because it's been left this long, we are into the 3rd month already. I usually announce the Prepper Meet dates in January. So, yes, I want there to be one. And stay tuned. There will be some information released about the Prepper Meet this year. I'm hoping to do it in July, something like that. Okay, I don't want to do it too late. I don't want to do 2. I just want to do 1. Okay, one big one where we can get all of us preppers together. So that'd be really cool. So stay tuned. Yes, I would like a prepper meet very much, but it all depends on the landowner. Okay. Don't forget, questions, please put in capital letters. I notice some of people are asking questions, but it's not in capitals. It's hard to pick them out. Oh, this is interesting. The Chinese have begun production of new generation batteries using silver. So now's a good time to... You ain't kidding. You're not kidding. You know, the best time to buy silver was yesterday. Okay. If you've got no silver at all, get some while it's relatively affordable. You saw the difference between gold and silver in price. In my opinion, they should be roughly the same. But yeah, silver's at a very low price right now. It's under £30 for 1 ounce, and we're talking pure 4/9s fine. Okay, medical grade, proper silver. Yeah, they're using it in lots of tech. Slave to know, man. Hey, good to see you, brother. Awesome. I'm guessing this is about the generators. Is diesel better than petrol? I wouldn't know. I've only borrowed a petrol one for a very short time, and I didn't really use it. So no, I've got no idea. I think most people have gone over to these battery ones now because petrol and diesel is expensive. It's noisy. It's stinky. It goes off. So I think not many people have fuel generators anymore. But you know. How's the truck? It's going. It still overheats a little bit when I force it uphill. Apart from that, it's okay. It has developed like a squeak in some of the pulleys. I visited some friends recently, and they reckon it's the water pump, which is weird because it's a brand new frigging water pump. So it's working for now, but it's not 100%. I just haven't got the money to get it all bloody done as typical. All right. Will you explain Sticks string catcher for water? Sticks string catcher. Oh, I got no idea what you mean. Sorry, dude. Yo, yeah, the next overnight. It was supposed to be, what are we on now? Friday. It was supposed to be, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. There has been a mix up in the dates, but we're doing it next week. So guaranteed, I'm doing it next week, and the video should be going up before next Friday's live stream, hopefully. But there will be an overnight guaranteed next week. All right. I know some of you guys have been missing it, and I have. It's been, I don't know, nearly 2 years. It'll be 2 years in June, I think. So yeah, it's a long time. Are you planning on going to the bushcraft show this year? I'm afraid not, dude. I'm absolutely broke. You know, not being able to work for 4 months because of the police investigation, money is just nah. You know, it's a struggle. So there's no way on God's earth. Even if I got a free ticket, the fuel, and money to eat and all that, I just couldn't. So no, I won't be going to the bushcraft show, unfortunately. All right, Maxine, would you recommend the Anchor backup generator for power cuts? Funny enough, I've been buying Anchor products. There's one there, the power bank. Yeah, look, it's even got Anchor in on it on the thing there. So Anchor, I love their stuff. It's awesome. I could contact them if you want, because I've got no idea what the bigger stuff's like. I've been buying all of their little things. I've got a fag lighter charger for the car. I've got the quad port, which you plug into the 3-pin plug, and it gives you 4 USBs. And it boosts the power, so you can charge up devices real quick. I've got 2 of those, and I've got loads of the Anchor leads. So I've got a fair few bits of Anchor, and I've never had a problem. But I just can't really afford to go out and buy 2 or 3 grand on a big generator. But I suppose I could contact them if you think it's worth. Never know till you try it. That's what I like to do. I like to get kit and equipment, test it, from a layman's perspective, because I've done work in the electronics sector, but I'm not a frigging professor, and I know most of you aren't either. So if I can test it out how I would see it being beneficial in a real world environment, rather than, oh, it runs on all of these watts, and I just want to see it power up a microwave or a fridge freezer, real life stuff. So that's what I like to do, test the stuff. Yeah, thanks, Pam. She's put the link up for the water filters. Someone asked me about water filters earlier. I swear by Lifesaver, I've never had a problem with those. And I love it that they're made in the UK. So that's really cool. Right. Here's a good question. Do you know what? I didn't know this until the other day when I looked. Will the O lanterns be in stock on Olight as they have been discontinued? I can contact them, but I would say once a product has been discontinued, that is it. So I've been saying this, and here's one. I've been saying this for years, right? Anything that's technologically orientated, you need to get it sooner rather than later. I've been talking about this particular lantern for like a year and a half now, maybe longer, and they've been making thousands of them all around the world, and now they've stopped doing them, and now people seem to be a little bit upset that they can't get hold of them. So my advice is, as soon as something comes out, you will be one of the first to know in the UK on this channel, because I work with Olight, because I believe in their stuff, and people have won like free torches on it before. There's been 25% discounts, and they've reduced some of their stock half, so you can get an official Olight product for like 70% off. All right, so that's the time to get stuff. But when they come back in, I don't know. I think it's highly unlikely that they'll ever be on sale again. The only way you could probably find one would be secondhand on that Facebook Marketplace or eBay, or at a prepper meet. If I do a prepper meet this year, and if it's all good, people like to bring kit and equipment that they don't want to use anymore for whatever reason, or they're struggling financially and they need to sell kit to raise funds. It doesn't mean to say that the item is bad. It just means that they need the money. And we've all been there. I've been there. I sold loads of stuff because I've been skint. We've all got to do it, right, from time to time. So, you never know. You might find people selling off Olights and stuff. I think I've got some Olights left from last year. I could take them along and sell those if people want a big discount on those. I'm Ian Murray. I'm not talking anything about politics, mate. We're talking about prepping questions. Proton Mail is the best. Yeah, I know. I've got an account with 10 emails. I've been locked out of that for 12 days because there's been a major security breach. I've been hacked. So yeah, I know. But thanks for letting us know. Here we are. Kane. How long will petrol store in a jerry can? Well, they say 6 months. If you wanted to store it for 12 months, i.e. extend it by half of its life again, you need to put some fuel stabilizer in it. Okay. But I'll tell you a free hack. All right. You can get petrol that's 20 years old, right? And you can make it work fine without damaging your engine. Now, what you need to do is you need to get that petrol, as rank as it is, give it a good shake, and pour it into one of those big 5-litre clear water bottles that you get from Tesco's or Aldi or Lidl. Empty the water out, drink it, use it, whatever. It's empty. Okay. Shake out as much water as you can. Then what you do is you pour the old crappy petrol into that bottle. Right. Then what you do is you put the lid on, you turn it upside down, you stand it on its lid, and you support it so it doesn't fall over. You want to leave that for about 3 days. 3 days. And what you will see is you will see different levels in color. Okay. So at the top, you will have the pure petrol. At the bottom, you will have all sorts of moisture, mold, fungus, residue, crap that you don't want. It's okay. So what you need to do, you still got it upside down. You undo the lid very slowly. And at this point, you want to have some sort of bucket or old container underneath it. Wear some rubber gloves, unless you want to wash your hands stinking of petrol for 3 days. Wear rubber gloves, okay? Undo the lid slowly. Then you'll see the dirty level of crap just go down and slowly go down the bottleneck. Okay, so you're left with just the clean stuff. Then the petrol, the cap is still on, but you've loosened it and it's going everywhere. Don't take it all the way off because it will just go straight through. Do it slowly and watch the level come down. Once all the bad stuff's gone, slowly put the cap back on. All right, clean it all off. Then what you need to do is whatever's left in that bottle, which is clean, is you need to pour it through a funnel into another container for about 2 or 3 t-shirts, fold it over as many as you can. And what that will do is that will filter out any tiny little bits that were still in there. Okay. And then that petrol, put it straight in your quad bike, start it up, and it'll work perfect. So there you go, free hack. Keep an eye on Toyota regarding hydrogen cars. Well, anyone mass produces a hydrogen car is going to get bumped off. What's this? Best time now to stock up on copper. Wow, I've got no idea. I've not checked copper. I know my mate's into aluminium with tin cans, but copper, I've got no idea what the prices are. But yeah, it's not an idea, not a bad idea. Especially if you work in the plumbing industry and you're ripping out loads of old heating systems, copper piping. Yeah, get it, squash it down, keep it away, sit on it, wait for the price to go up, and then cash it in. That's what I would do. What's this? Owen Gray. How about doing a meet in Dorset? I could do, but I don't know if many people would go in Dorset. The problem I've got is I have to find a site enough for 300 people. It needs to be relatively level. Okay. You know, people with tents, caravans, mobile homes, 4x4s, whatever it is, right? No one wants to sleep on a slope and you're going to roll out of your sleeping bag. No one wants to set their caravan or camper up on a slope. It needs to be level, okay? And also, I need to find somewhere where they don't want money up front. And that's been part of the problem. I've contacted so many landowners all over the country, and they want like 5 grand up front. I haven't got any money to pay my bills, never alone to secure that. So the only deal that I can strike with landowners is can we provisionally book that site for this date? If you've got a website in the booking system, even better, because you know people just pay straight to them up front, so they get money coming in. When I do the prepper meet, I don't get a single penny. In fact, the prepper meets that I've done, I've had to pay myself to get in. Yeah, and I've got to drive an hour to get there as well. So to do one in Dorset, I doubt it very much. I think some people think I've got so much time and money where I can go around the country doing loads of prepper meets. Well, I can't. You know, if I was a millionaire, I would, because I don't get paid for them. I think people think I'm doing it as a business, but I'm not. Someone called Teen Legend says, are you looking forward to getting out there and doing your camping vids again? As I know you want. Yeah, I am. I can't wait, actually. And it's weird because the last week, I don't know about you guys, but the weather's been gorgeous, especially here in Wales. It's been really nice. But yeah, it's going to it's going to be interesting. I can't wait. Zach, I've already asked that one. No, I won't be, unfortunately. One, I can't afford it, and yeah, we just leave it there because you know, the price of going to these things. If I'm doing a prepper meet, I've got to drive there. I've got to buy food. I've got to buy fuel. I've even got to buy a tent. I haven't even got a tent anymore because the one I had before just completely broke. So yeah, it's all because I'm skint. That's what it is. But when I start getting some money at some point, when I'll get emails and things like that, and hopefully this channel starts generating some content. I've been kicked in the nuts because I've been banned for 4 months. So it's basically committing social media suicide for doing that. So it's going to be difficult. But yeah, when I start getting some money, I will be buying tents and I can afford fuel to drive to places. Star Violet, I'm not answering questions that are political. Have someone check your thermostat. That's funny. I've had 3 brand new ones fitted in 6 months. So it's not that. There we go. Can you recommend a good walkie-talkie for prepping? I worked in the security industry, and all of the lads, when we was doing shift and patrols, we all used Motorola. Motorola's are fantastic. But the problem is with anything else, you get what you pay for. Okay. If you want to buy any sort of two-way radio, a pair of them, for say under 50 quid, just be very, very wary. All right. That's all I'm saying. You get what you pay for. Personally, I would get a good Motorola from the security industry, second hand, but in good condition. Just get a couple of those, charge them up, choose the channel you want, and go out and do some testing. But Motorola, that's what brand I would recommend. Someone says, do I have air trapped in the water system? Well, I did pay a garage about £2,500 to deal with all this. And the only way it could have been properly fixed was the heater matrix to be removed and a brand new one put in. But to do that, you've got to remove the entire dashboard and airbag and steering wheel. It's a nightmare. So they flushed it out and they said it was the best that they could do. It was really gunked up. But I still think it's maybe something to do with the heater matrix. But I'm not entirely sure. But Rafa, my mate here, he knows his shit. Maybe if I can hook up with him. Right. You're blocked. You know you are. Adios. I don't understand. This is from Chris. Hi, Chris. Can you explain a washing line type thing to catch water, i.e., best times of day? Oh, that's quite a weird description, dude. A washing line type thing to catch water. No idea, dude. It's a new one on me. Don't forget all questions in capital letters. If they're not in capital letters, I won't be able to see them because we got 430 people in the chat right now, and there's no way I can read all of these. The Welsh outdoorsman. What's this? No, I can't talk about stuff like that, dude. I'm talking about prepping stuff. So yeah, anyone in the chat talking about non-prepping stuff, i.e., political stuff or bullshit that's on the news, you're probably in the wrong place. Right. Just going through the questions. Don't forget any questions. They have to be in capital letters, right? Because I won't be able to read them or see them. There's not many. Oh, here's one. Right. This is Star Violet. Question on what's the best water storage container to keep fresh water for a while? I would say you probably look at an IBC tank, all right? If you don't know what that is, you've probably seen them out and about in the countryside or building sites. It's basically a big white plastic cube, 1 meter or around 3 feet square, like a big cube, and it's usually got a very loose cage around it with like a pallet that sits underneath it. That stores 1,000 liters of water. I wouldn't want to store water outdoors where you can just drink it straight away. You can store water anywhere, all right, in anything pretty much with common sense, but you're going to need to filter it or purify it before you drink it. I wouldn't recommend storing water outside for any length of time and then drinking it straight away. No way. If it's stored in plastic with sunlight and UV rays all over it, you're going to need to filter out any crap. I would, but it's up to you. If you want to drink, bad stuff, then go for it. But you're talking to someone who's had Giardia, right? Giardia is a tropical water parasite infection. It's terrible. Knocked me out for like 6 weeks, really bad. So I take filtering water very, very seriously because I wouldn't want that to happen to anyone else. That's why I'm big on stuff like this, because these are made in the UK and I just don't trust the ones from China. Okay, I've got friends on there who haven't got much money, a bit like myself, and they buy the cheap stuff. And you know, when I hear that they had to go to hospital because their water filter was crap, don't trust it. An IBC tank, you can store water. A water butt in the garden, you store water. It's fine, but always make sure you boil it or purify it before you drink it. Do not have water stored outside for a week or a year and then drink it. Please filter it first, or at least boil it. Okay. Faye, hello. How's it going? Good to see you in the chat. Been a while. Excuse me. Is Blue Angel 10. What's the best way to keep milk cold when out in the sticks? Personally, what I've done is if you're camping somewhere and you're near a water source like a stream, dig some sort of hole in the side of the river, tie your milk bottle to some string, put it in the hole in the water, make sure that it's in a shaded area. Don't do it in full sun. And another good tip to do, if you've got milk, when you take the lid off, you peel that little that film off. When you peel that off, right, put that back inside the lid, so it's foil side facing the liquid. All right, and then put it back on. If you do that, you can turn your milk upside down and it won't leak. If you peel that little film lid off, throw it away, put the lid on, turn it upside down, it will leak milk everywhere. So there's a good tip. If you want to take milk and you don't want it leaking in your kit, put that little film lid back inside the lid and then tighten it up and it won't leak. But that's what I would do. I would put it in the stream, put some paracord around the handle or around the lid, dig some sort of hole that is submerged. Okay, make sure that lid's on, put a rock in it to keep it under the water, make sure it's shaded all the time that streams move along. It will keep it a lot colder than it would be if it's in a rucksack or in your tent at worst. Okay. This is from John. In for UK, sleep under a bug mesh and tarp for the rain. Okay. Cool. What we got here? Thanks, John. I'll check out my messages when I get back on there. I don't really go on Instagram that much anymore because it's full up with so much filth. It's ridiculous. But I will pop into messages when I get a chance. Zach, how do you contact landowners to use their woodland? Well, I done a video a long time ago about how to ask permission to use a woodland. So obviously not many people have seen that. God, you know how hot it is in here. Look at that, nearly 25 degrees C. That's nuts. Bloody hell. Good job I am wearing a hat. How would you contact landowners to use their woodland? Well, first of all, if you're using maps and then eventually you go on foot, you go to a woodland and you like the look of it, I would just walk around and anyone working nearby ask who owns that woodland, or if there's, look for a sign, see if there's any contact details to the landowner, like a phone number or a mobile or something like that, or go to the local pub, find a nearby pub and say, oh, that woodland at the end of the road, you know, the one by the little bridge. You said, who owns that? Oh, that'd be John Fiegel or something. He lives over, and just ask questions and stuff like that. Once you've found out the name of the landowner and the landowner's address, you can either just go around there, you can drop them an email, you could, I don't know, ask at a pub. It usually comes here on Friday at 8 o'clock. Go to the pub Friday at 8 o'clock. Basically, just use your imagination. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Personally, I'm old school. I'd rather meet the person face to face and then ask. Just say, you know, I'll make YouTube videos about filming wildlife, and would it be possible to use your woodland so I can do some filming? And I always make sure that I leave no trace, and you never know that I've been there. I've done it quite a few times and it's been all right. What you usually might get now is, oh, we can't for insurance. If you hurt yourself in my wood, you might sue us. That's a common thing that they all use. Or they might say, we've got deer stalkers in there, and for health and safety, we don't want to risk you getting shot. So there's two popular things that landowners would say because they just don't want you on their land. Getting permission for a woodland is very difficult. And I found in Wales, even on the thumbnail picture for this video, that was taken in a woodland that I found and I used. It's beautiful. The whole lot's been cut down now. It's just a big field with stumps. It's heartbreaking. Unfortunately, in the middle of Wales, there's so many forests that are being cut down. You wouldn't believe it until you was out there and you saw it with your own eyes. It's that bad. So it's very difficult, especially for me, to go out and do some videos out in the woods. This is called Miss Worm with a weird face. Have you got any collaborations with other preppers lined up? I was considering it recently. The problem is I've been through quite a lot lately, and I've just had to use time healing myself right before I could do anything else. But I'm literally coming to the end of that period now, so I'm going to be more proactive. But yes, there will be some collabs. I'm looking forward to hooking up with Rudy in Alaska, Jason of Archaics, and a few others. So yes, there will be. But I won't be doing all of that news, migrants, political, government shit anymore. We all know what's going on. We don't need to keep banging on about it, but we need to start talking about preparing for stuff. I'm getting more proactive. I don't want to waste time arguing about politics. It's just an absolute shit show. Right, let's just go through. It's the lighting, mate, under my eyes. That's all. It's just the lighting. But no, I'm feeling good. Well, I'm feeling quite tired now, but thanks anyway. Oh, fair play, Faye. Yeah, I know. Oh, is an interesting one. Given the population density of the United Kingdom, which is increasing, obviously, would it be wiser to dig in rather than bug out in a shit at the fan scenario? Personally, I think that's the worst thing you can do, but that's just my opinion. The last place I would want to be when everything goes tits up is in an urban environment, unless you've got a real good solid way to defend your property. And from potential armed attackers. If you can do that, great. But if you can't, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that situation. So bugging out, running and hiding, going to pre-planned destinations away from populated areas, to me makes common sense. But that's just my opinion. Star Violet again. Is there a community in England who have a piece of land set aside or community for prepper people? Yeah, there's loads. There's loads of people in physical communities all over the UK right now as we speak. The only thing is, these people are keeping it very, very quiet and private. Okay, because the last thing these little communities want is to be infiltrated from people with nefarious reasons. Okay, so they don't really broadcast their stuff. I know the Americans have got like a different approach to preparedness. Lots of Americans seemingly want to tell the world about where they live and all of the stuff that they've got and what they're doing, whereas over here in the UK it does seem to be like a very, very private, don't tell anyone about your shit sort of thing. All I would suggest is to spend a lot of time online, just looking for prepping communities. A lot of them are on Facebook. Personally, I don't trust Facebook. I've never been on Facebook. I've not got a Facebook account, and I never ever will. But that is that's my take on it. So we're looking for full capital letters. Baron said, "Do you want a free tent, Funky?" Oh, bless her. That's very, very kind, but I want to try and do it myself, thanks, but I really appreciate it. That's really cool. Cheers, Cal. Staying strong. Oh yeah, it's the only way, man. Always sink or swim, innit? Beach up, man. Yeah, you should know by now. 8 o'clock Fridays. You don't really need notifications, you lot. Right. Um, Scraggy old tramp. Does that petrol cleaning trick also work with diesel too? I don't know. I've never tried it, and I've never heard anyone else. So what you could do is if you've got any old diesel, give it a try. I think what you need to do is once you've done that treatment, which I recommended, right? Have a good look at it in a glass container or a plastic container. This is the stuff that you've already filtered for a t-shirt, that the stuff you're thinking of using, right? Go to a petrol station and fill up some diesel into a clear bottle and look at the differences. And if they look quite similar, I would say, yeah, go for it. But if one looks a lot different, then you could try it, but use it in something that you don't mind screwing up, right? Something like a little old knackered quad bike or something like that, okay, rather than like a diesel engine. Personally, you might have to think twice about using this technique if you've got like a brand new modern vehicle. I only use vehicles at 20 years old. I don't buy anything new. One, I can't afford it. Two, I think the quality is shit and you get ripped off. So I just don't. Plus, if you use old fuel in a new over the top fancy, Ponzi vehicle, it might do it damage. So a bit of a caveat there, really. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good question by Miss Worm. Has your 4 month experience highlighted any weaknesses or gaps in your preps? Yes, I did go over them in the video that I've done. That's done like 30 odd thousand views now, which is pretty cool. I did say about it in that. Some of the things that I noticed is when I went through the storm in the power cut, I had the backup power, it was fine. But to go the extra mile and to rig up an extra power bank, which I only had like a few, I didn't have enough. But if I did, I could have had um, a backup solution for my borehole water pump because I've got a well going into the mountain here to give me water. So that wasn't working because there's no power to it. So what I had to do is I've already stored loads of water in like big 5 litre bottles, and I was using those. I was going through them really, really quick. You won't believe. Every time that you go to the toilet, you have to put 10 litres into the cistern and flush it. Okay, that's just to flush away, some bad toilet stuff. Um, use wet wipes for washing and showering. This is when water's a problem. And obviously, boiling the bag food uses a lot of water. So what I thought would be a better idea moving forward is to make sure that you've got paper plates and plastic knives and forks in your preps. Why? Because you don't need to use any precious water washing it all up, etc. Okay, so if you've got a wood burner like I have, you can keep all your paper plates and fold them all up into quarters, and you can just burn them on the fire. You don't need to bother about washing up. So that was one thing. Paper plates, good idea. Pot noodles were a good idea. They're really quick and easy, no washing up. Um, that was the main thing. Everything else I was pretty much sorted for. The only problem I did have is I pulled my back big time and I couldn't even move. So luckily for me, the universe provided me a hiking pole right at the precise moment that I needed it, and I used that to get around in for about a week when I've done my back. So maybe it's a good idea. You may not know, but get yourself a walking stick, stick it away, because if you do yourself in and you're on your own, like I did, at least you can get around. So there's a good tip there. But yeah, there'd be a few more. I need to have a good think about it. But yeah, I did mention it a bit more about that on the main video there. Um, Roger that, Raf. Ferry's booked. Okay, mate. No worries. Right. This is from Sam Outdoors. Have you tried Octopus Energy for gas and electric? So cheap, it's unreal. I've not heard of them, Sam. Octopus Energy. Well, I haven't got gas out here. I've only got electric. My electric bill, I've knocked it down to £48 a month because I've already got some solar stuff and I'm a low user. But Octopus Energy, no. So there you go, guys. If you want to look into energy providers, Octopus Energy. I don't recommend it, but the community guy, Sam Outdoors, recommends them. Right, here we go. How long will tap water keep indoors? All right, then. So you've got like you go to a supermarket, you buy a bottle of water, right? You drink it all, it's empty. Fill it up with tap water, right up to the top, okay, and put the lid on so there's no air in there. Put the lid on, put it nice and tight. Keep it somewhere cool and dark, okay, away from any odors and away from any damp and any sunlight. You should be able to open that water 1 year later and drink it, and it'd be absolutely fine. After that, I do not know. It'd probably be okay. But yeah, it'd be fine for a year. But it all depends on how you store it. If you store it any other way than that, it might not be so long. Or you don't put it in the loft, don't put it in your greenhouse, don't be silly. Don't put it in a radiator or the window, cool, dark places like all food, really. Thank you, Cal. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, good man. Right. Wow. Copper. Yeah, yeah, cool. Right, we're just going through. Right, this is from Frog360. Do you want to do a video of me if I can get up one weekend? Can't do weekends, mate. That's when I see my son, and there's no way I'm going to not see my son. To do a 10-item survival challenge. If you can make it during the week, bro, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll do that. The only problem is I need to find a woodland to do it. Because all the woods around here within 15 miles have pretty much been cut down. So the problem I've got is I have to go further afield to ask permission or to find places. Then I've got to worry about the car being overnight. There's nowhere to park. It's going to take a while, but yeah, the idea sounds cool, dude. Yeah, why not? 10-item survival challenge. Yeah, well, you teach survival, so do I. So it should be interesting. Yeah, why not? That's good. Shoot me a message on Instagram, dude. Private, that'd be cool. Just looking through. I'm trying to find comments in capital letters. Cal, appreciate it, dude. What's this? How can you get off the land registry? Oh, I'm not too sure. But if it's anything like when you open a private limited company, it's very, very difficult. I don't know off the top of my head. I've not had any dealings with land registry directly. But there are some YouTube videos about some people claiming to get free land. I've always lived with the same opinion. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. BS. So yeah. Nice one, John. Do you still deliver survival courses? I used to do them, but no, I haven't done them for a while. Like I said, the problem I've got is where I live. There's trying to get access to woodland is very, very difficult for me at the moment. Most of them are being cut down. It's like a big thing going on. This is from Julia. What do you recommend to use if antibiotics are not available? Oh, that's a difficult question. Some people swear by fish mox, and that's basically fish amoxicillin. Okay, so you'd have like fish in a tank indoors, and you'd have this liquid which you would get from an aquarium, aquatic center, or a pet shop, or something like that, and you just put X amount of drops into the tank, dependent on how many fish are in there, how much water is in your tank, and that will basically turn all of the water into like a big antibiotic solution and fix the problems that are going on with the fish. Some people say that fish moxicillin is the same as amoxicillin, which we have, if you've got toothache or if you've got a bad laceration on your arm, etc. Okay. I personally haven't tried it, so therefore I'm not going to recommend it, but I have heard that it is quite effective. That requires some research on your part, and maybe speak to people who have actually done it. Until I meet someone that I trust who has done it, I'm not going to do it myself. Nonetheless, some people have used it. You just need to find them. Right. Hello, Faye. How's it going? Chris, how's it going, mate? I hope you're doing good, sir. And here's TTN Jing it. I've got no idea what that means. You've been on the old pipe. But yeah, Chris, how's it going, man? Hang in there, dude. Hopefully you guys can make it to the prepper meet. But I'll catch up with you guys, talk to you a little bit about that, because things are different. You'll understand when I speak to you. Right. How prepared are you right now, given what's happened of late? Bring back the 9 o'clock beer. Yeah, the beer. Bloody hell. That all costs money. I'm Ramskin. How prepared are you right now? I've still got food. I've still got some kit. I've still got a vehicle that runs. I've got a roof over my head. But apart from all of that, I've got loving family and friends. So I'm doing really, really good, actually. So yeah, I'm really happy for that and grateful. What's this? When you say, what do you do? Here we go. When you say bug out, basically what that means is a military term. Leave an area as soon as possible. Okay, the enemy's coming, get out quick. That's all bug out means. So if you live in a street and you hear all these noises going on and you've had bad news reports on the radio, you open your front door, you look down there and you see people in vans going into kicking people's doors in, going in there, shooting everyone. That's like, you don't want to be in that situation. So bugging out, which is leave before it gets that bad. All right. I've always been saying that because I've lived in an urban environment for like 50 years of my life. And I know things can go bad real quick to good people. All right. So wake up, be aware of what's going on locally, have a plan to go before it gets to that thing. But you were saying here, interesting. This is from One Old Husky. What do you do when you get there and there's people already there? Well, like I've said, now I've done this on the survival courses that I've done a few years ago. I've done some free courses at the Prepper Meet as well, talking about this. And I think I've done some videos in it as well. But basically, what we all need to do is we need to make sure that we've got multiple locations to go to. Okay. It's exactly the same as what the army does. When I spent my time in the military, in the infantry, we'd have like an RV rendezvous. Okay. Then you'd have a second RV, a third RV, a fourth, fifth, sixth, however many. Okay. So you're on a mission, you go to attack someone or some place, it all goes tits up. You go back to RV1. There's people there, there's enemy there. Shit, go to RV2. You need to make sure that you've got multiple places, okay? Don't put all your eggs in one basket, is basically what I'm trying to say. Have multiple locations, all right? And if you've got a military mindset, if you're infantry or if you're special forces, you'll know this already anyway, okay? As you approach your bug out location when things have gone bad, you need to observe it from afar for a day, okay? Treat it like a reconnaissance mission. So you would set up an OP, an observation post about a mile away. You would watch that building or that woodland with night vision, with binoculars. You have your friends with you, okay? Then, once you've observed it for a while, then you do a recce patrol. So you'd have a minimum of 4 people. If you really have to, 2 people, but I wouldn't recommend it. 4-man brick patrol, like moving a square shape, one on each corner, and you'd move towards the location. You'd be very quiet. You'd go to ground, and you would literally observe in more detail. And when you are convinced that it's safe, then you can report back, and then you can all move in tactfully to make sure that it is safe to go. Don't just turn up there, okay? This is one of the hardest things. Lots of preppers who haven't spent time in the infantry just won't understand. And, you know, if this should happen for real one day, the worst thing you can do is to go straight to your location, walk in there without checking it over. There's a gang of lads in there and you just get shot. Wow, game over, because you didn't observe, okay? Sounds like the writing's on the wall. Yeah, it is just a matter of time. So it looks like we're running out of time here. There's a few questions asked. Oh, Paolo. Hey, good to see you, man. My meat dude. How's it going? Thanks for the donation, dude. Seriously. And Warhawk, much appreciated, you too. It's all helping, trust me. Right. Let me see. We're going through looking for some big capital letters. Well, we got 444 in the chat right now. Wow, that's a lot of people. I can't see any questions. If people are asking questions in lower caps, I'm not seeing them. So, someone said, "Where do you teach survival?" I did. I'm not doing it at the moment because one, I can't get a woodland together. The problem I was having is trying to get like 10 people to turn up on one date, one weekend. You know, it's just like, oh, I can make it, but the other 8 people can do it next week, and it's so hard to get everyone together. It is a bit of a shit show. Anyone who's taught survival or any course will know the pain. Then you got insurances and people suing, and then vehicle access. It's a nightmare. Do you know anything about Colloidal Silver? Yeah, it's very good. I've got some myself. Use 20 parts per million. Have a look on eBay to buy some. They did ban it on eBay in 2020 and 2021. Wonder why that was. But yes, it is very good. Check out my mate Dave. He's got a YouTube channel called Dave Silver. Go on there and yeah, he knows his shit. He makes it himself. If you want to make colloidal silver, you must get 4 nines fine silver coins or bullion. 4 nines. That is medical grade. You won't be able to do it with that 3 9 stuff. It has to be medical grade, and you have to use distilled water. Electrical charges, honestly, I could go on, but you know, basically, garlic, honey, colloidal silver. From yeah, 100%. In fact, there's so many things to stop bacterial infections. It's crazy. Maybe that's in response to the person who was talking about antibiotics. I don't know. Mikey, I miss your overnighters. Any in the pipeline? Yeah, I'm doing one next week. It was supposed to be this week. It got cancelled, but me and a mate of mine are doing one next week. It should be up before Friday. Fingers crossed. If not, it'll be up before next weekend. So stay tuned for that one. How's my dad? Yeah, it's good. Thank you. Would you suggest a brand or strength of binoculars? Oh, I use oh Christ, is it begins with Bush, Bush, not Bushmills, that's the whiskey. Oh, I forgot what they're called now. Bug, I'll have to get back to you on that, dude. Um, Thank God there's so many questions. This is crazy. What will you do when they ban log burners? Don't know. I'll just keep using them. Right, one old husky. Do you recommend having prep drops at each RV point, or just out of the RV area so you can travel from? I think what you're referring to, my old pal, is cache, or the Americans call it cache, because Americans are different, right? So cache, yeah, absolutely, yeah. In fact, what I've known people do before is you've got different routes from your home to one of your locations. Okay, if you if it's within like walking distance, like within 20 miles or something like that, okay, it might be an idea that halfway, somewhere covert out the way, you dig a hole and you put a barrel or some plastic container which is rodent proof, rot proof, waterproof, everything else, right? And put some things in there which you think are going to be useful whilst on the way there, like snacks, a little backup water purifier, a compass, a map, just in case some things get lost. You know, you can put whatever you want to in these caches. But yeah, it's always good to have something where your RVs are, but like I said, about a mile away. Okay, so if you, or maybe half a mile, so if you want to do an OP and observe, having something already there at your OP site would be great. That's a really good idea. Now, there's only four people in America who do that. Not many people talk about that in the UK, but it's a very good idea to do so. Okay, so you've got a map, you've got your bug out location, you've been there, you've done overnighters there, you spent a few weeks there, you're familiar with that woodland or that dip in the mountains or whatever it is, or that cave. Okay, you've been there, you're happy about the area. All right, find somewhere so you can be at an advantage point, usually high up where you can observe that location. Okay, that's where you can put some well, prep drops. So yeah, it's a cache. So you can put some food, some snacks and water. If you're in America, put some ammo, whatever it is. If you need any meat, do tell, and I will try and send you some. Dude, if I had the money, I would. Bless you. You legend, you are. What about iodine? I'm presuming that's like antibiotic or infections. Yeah, iodine's always good. Did you know you can get that from seaweed? You can make your own. Yeah, of course. Pilgrim J Bushnell. That's it. Not Bushmill. Sorry. Yes, very good make in binoculars. I've got mine downstairs, so I can survey my land where I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. Mm-mm-mm. I made your immune system drink. Boy, it's good stuff. Wow, thanks, brother. I really appreciate that. Um, yeah, when I went to see someone the other day, that was mentioned, and yes, I drank that immune system drink every day for about 4 months through flu season, and I'd done that for 3 years on the trot, 3 winters on the trot, right? And I didn't get one cold. In fact, I almost got an award at work for having no time off sick. So yeah, it works. So it's good that someone else, Ginger67, appreciate the backup support there. That's really cool. Maxine, this isn't a question, they're just in capital letters. Drink clove tea. It's good for infections. Yeah, that's cool. Do you know what? When it comes to like would say antibiotics. Now, for me personally, the most time that I've needed antibiotics was for raging toothache. Now, I haven't found anything remotely close to antibiotics to practically stop toothache pain in its tracks. Yes, I know you can get clove oil. Yes, I know you can get that stuff in the chemist and you can put on your gum and stuff. It's okay. It sort of takes away about 40% of the pain, but antibiotics kill the pain 100%. It kills off the bacterial infection because that's usually what a toothache is. It's an infection in the gum which is causing a pain where the roots are connected to the tooth. Um, so if you've got a raging toothache, do you really think that drinking clove tea will stop the toothache? Personally, I don't think it will. In time, it may do, but it just depends. Are you prepared to deal with a really bad toothache for days and days and days? Personally, I wouldn't, but that's just me. Hmm. Oh well, Raf, cool. Yeah, this isn't in caps, but I'm going to say it because it's quite important. Um, Nice to see you, bruv, by the way. Fish mox it is amoxicillin, pretty much the same. Fish mox has been tested on an independent US lab, and it found not all fish mox was 100% pure. Some had the pureness of 90%. There you go. So it's really difficult, isn't it? Because you can buy um, antibiotics, and you're pretty much guaranteed that they're going to be okay, unless you get them from a car boot and it's from some dodgy guy with like one eye in India, and it's just ground up penicillin. So yeah, you got to be careful with stuff like that. Scraggy old tramp. What's your favourite country for army surplus gear, clothes, boots, etc.? Thanks. Um, England. There's bug all in Wales. Wales is crap for surplus. Um, England's really good. I did go to Long Beach in California, in America, and I brought my CW 45, I think, jacket, which I've lost. Oh, I miss that. But no, there is some good surplus places out there. I follow Omaha Surplus on Instagram. They look a really good outfit. But England for sure, for me. Jesus Christ. Dextrose energy tablets. Christ, can you still get those? I remember them things. You're going back so. Oh, what? Well, thank you for that kind donation to the channel, Duckbill Tito. That's really, really kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, I've kind of been talking about things that people wanted me to talk about, and it ended up being a big problem for me, where I was banned on all social media 4 months. They'd taken away my phone, my laptop, all of my electrical stuff. They took everything. They searched my house. It was horrible. So yeah, that's why I haven't been around for a while, but I'm back now. I'm not talking anything politics because I've done more than my fair share to raise awareness. And the way I see things now, if people still don't know what's really going on out there, God help them. Because the elephant's in the room, boys and girls. It really, really is. And what we all should all be thinking is we shouldn't be trying to wake everyone up. If they're asleep, we need to leave them asleep. Don't forget, at one point you was asleep, and so was I. Okay, did anyone come shouting at you to wake you up and see sense? If someone come up to me and started shouting at me, and oh, okay, bugger off, leave me alone. And that's what's happening. Okay, people will wake up when they need to. It's not up to us. So I'm not doing that shit no more. I'm doing prepping stuff. But thanks for your really cool donation, dude. I really appreciate that. You lovely fella. Hmm. Raffo, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a place in Raider that does it. My God, it's cheap as chips. A big bucket, 10 litre load of it. Paolo, are you serious? Do you know what? When I come into loads of money, there's loads of payback for you lot. Robert, really appreciate that. So that's a member as well. Well, you guys are awesome. Really appreciate that. Awesome. Um, this is from Breeze Between the Trees, spelled incorrectly. Sorry. I posted about using diesel that had been left outside for years to get me home from Sussex, and it was fine. Wow. There you go. I think what we can sort of surmise by the fuel thing, which we've talked about already, is you don't know till you try. But if you've got any doubts, and if you can, use it on a lesser machine. Like if you've got a petrol car and you've got some petrol that you found 10 years ago, if you're a bit unsure, do the methods that I recommended earlier. Try it out first on a petrol lawnmower or a generator or a quad bike or a motorbike. Okay. And if that's going to be okay, the chances are your vehicle will be okay, provided it's not a new one. If you've got a diesel or an electric vehicle that is less than 5 years old, please don't try any of these tips that I've said. All right. Because it will probably screw it up. You know, vehicles made in the last since 2020. I'm not joking. Christ, you got to put this AdBlue shit into your diesel engine. Wow. You know, some of the petrol you've got like is it 5 or 10% dependent of is it ethylene? I forget. Really bad for your rubber seals, you know. So new cars, avoid them. Always buy old cars, look after them. And you know, I used to run my Hilux on vegetable oil. Yeah, straight vegetable oil in the summertime, 100%. Worked fine. It's a common rail diesel engine. That's what you need. Old school, 20 years old, 15 or even 10 years if you're very lucky. Right. I think, guys, we're out of time. Wowee. Do 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 do. Oh, thank you to Scott Coffee and Cake on PayPal. Oh, I really appreciate that, dude. Oh, you're a legend. Thank you for that. I thought I'd just check because there's nothing worse than I'll finish a live stream and I'll go to see any sort of help and then I'm not there to thank anyone. I feel bad. So yeah, really appreciate it, you lot. Spot on. Let me see. Coffee, buy me a coffee. They're all on. Awesome. You guys are brilliant. Right. Let's just go right down to the latest. So yes, that's going to be the end of this live stream. I hope I've answered as many questions as I possibly could. Like I say, it's quite difficult to see them. That's why they need to be in capital letters, all right? If we just type in a great big comment in lower caps, you know, with like nearly 500 people in there with a 10-second delay on comments, never going to see them. Capital letters only works. So yes, stay tuned next week. There will be a really cool overnight video from myself and a good friend of mine who's in the chat right now. It's a surprise. It's going to be awesome. Really, really can't wait. So take a good look out for that video. And of course, I'll probably try and do a live stream on Friday or maybe some live streams throughout the week, but you won't know unless you're notified. So please make sure that you're subscribed. You've got a notification bell turned on and then you won't miss anything. All right. That's the only safest way to do things. So everyone who's supported the channel, I bloody can't thank you enough until I get my shit sorted out with the fallout of being banned by counter-terrorism police. It's been a nightmare. So you guys who have been literally carrying me, my God, without you guys, I don't know, you know, seriously. And of course, before I sign off, love to the awesome Rachel. Hey, honey. Thanks for watching. Love you to bits and see you real soon. And that's it, guys. Right. You guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.